Good afternoon and welcome to the preliminary round coverage of the 2010 FIBA World Championships of Basketball. My name is Liam Canny and I will be your commentator today from the Halka Pinar Sports Hall in Izmir, Turkey, host nation of the 16th running of the race for the Naismith Trophy, the prize for the champions of the world. 24 countries from around the globe have made it here to Turkey through a marathon of qualification games. Now they begin their journey through the preliminary rounds on the road to Istanbul. The capital city of Turkey will be the home to the knockout stages when 16 teams will play in a one-and-done format in the 8 finals for the title. This afternoon's coverage is from Group D, based here in the Turkish port city of Izmir, which lies along the sunny shores of the Aegean Sea. Here, 6 countries will vie for the 4 passports to Istanbul. Group D is composed of Lebanon, New Zealand, Canada, France, Lithuania, and reigning champions Spain. And over the course of the next week, we will see which of the 4 teams will earn the right to advance to the Sweet 16 and which of the bottom 2 will pack their bags and head for home. And wouldn't you know it, the first Heat jersey is spotted in the arena. Here we go. The 6 teams in Group D, as we mentioned, 4 of them have qualified outright and 2 have come in through the back door. There's a look at the schedule of games that we have today. The first one is New Zealand versus Lithuania. And things are starting to heat up in the arena. The Lithuanian fans have got the drums going, and we're here. We're going to go through the players from the teams. There's a look at the teams in the group: Canada, France, Lebanon, Lithuania, New Zealand, and Spain. As I said, 4 of them have qualified outright. Spain are here as defending champions. Canada finished 4th in the FIBA Americas tournament in 2009 in Puerto Rico. France have earned their place here, finishing 5th in Eurobasket 2009 in Poland. And New Zealand earned their place here as Oceania champions, having won the Al Ramsey Shield against arch rivals Australia. The other 2 teams have come in through the back door. They missed out on their automatic qualification places. There's a look at the Lithuania team. And Lithuania is one of those teams which has come through the back door, needing a wild card to get here. The other is Lebanon, which we'll see later on today, needing a wild card to come in to the tournament to this stage. There's a good look at the Lithuanian team. And this isn't so much about the road to Istanbul for Lithuania as it is to the road to redemption. Having had a miserable performance in Eurobasket 2009, where they came 11th, they really need to put themselves back on the map as basketball powers. And here we are, the starting lineups for New Zealand. It's Lindsay Tate, number 4. Number 5, Michael Fitchett. Kirk Penny, number 6. Let's look at some New Zealand fans. I beg your pardon, this is the whole team for New Zealand. Phil Jones, the 36-year-old who's come out of retirement for this, his final international tournament. Speaking of coming out of retirement, Sparrow Cameron didn't play much basketball last year, having coached with an injury. He finds himself here trying to lend some leadership to the New Zealand team. There's a look at numbers 4 through 15. The number 15, Alex Pledger, just coming out of NCAA Division II basketball, just starting his professional career. He must be excited to be here on this, the greatest stage of basketball, the World Championships. There's a look at the New Zealand players as we get ready for the 2 teams to exchange handshakes in tradition of international basketball. And we're going to pause here. We're going to go to the national anthems.
Firstly, the national anthem of Lithuania, Lithuania Uluso Maršas.
Lithuania, our fatherland. Written as a poem by a Lithuanian medical student at the University of Warsaw in 1898. And now the New Zealand national anthem.
In the tradition of
God defend New Zealand, the national anthem of the New Zealand country. Actually, New Zealand has two national anthems, God Save the Queen and God Save Defend New Zealand. God Defend New Zealand got equal standing with God Save the Queen in 1977. It's now the anthem for international competitions. The first verse always sung in Maori, the second verse in English. There's a good look at today's referees. The crew that will make sure the players play the game in the right spirit as they go through their warm-up. The players will go back and get a couple more minutes of warm-up before we tip it up. Let's have a quick word on these two countries. Lithuania, population of 3.3 million people, but oh my goodness, can they create basketball players. First joined FIBA in 1992 when they became independent from the USSR. Presently ranked 6th in the world. This is their third appearance at the World Championships, never having medaled. 1998, 2006, 2010 is their third appearance. Certainly Lithuania put a lot of emphasis on the Olympics and have had good success there, having been bronze medalists in 1992, 1996, and 2000. And as we said, this is the road to redemption for them. Such a proud basketball nation. Can this group of players put themselves back on the basketball map after having finished 11th in Eurobasket 2009, winning one game only against Bulgaria? Here's a look at Lithuania's starting five. Linas Kleizai is a superstar, having just penned a contract with the Toronto Raptors this summer. And the point guard, Mantas Kalnietis, is the guy to keep your eye on, because that's a question mark for the Lithuanians. Can they get a point guard who can handle them securely, as Sarunas Jasikevičius has decided not to play in this tournament? And what a great look at the New Zealand haka as the Tall Blacks throw the gauntlet in the ring to see if Lithuania will pick it up. And we should get a look here now at New Zealand's starting five, and there it is. Mika Vukana is the athlete to keep an eye on, and Craig Bradshaw inside. They're both undersized to play in the post position, so we'll see if Lithuania throw the ball down into Robertas Javtokis to see if they can get some joy scoring inside. But the player to watch is Kirk Penny. Oh my goodness, can he fill it up? He has had a terrific run in the exhibition games, having thrown 30 points or better in 2 occasions. In fact, in a double overtime game against Slovenia, Penny put 42 points on the board. He's going to move really well without the ball. He's going to shoot. He's going to come off screens. And we'll see how the Lithuanians can cope with that. Here's a look at Nedžad Vucinic, the Serbian coach of New Zealand, as he gives some final instructions to his players. New Zealand really need to set the right tempo for them. They really need to make sure they look after the basketball and don't turn it over. And they really need to get the ball to Penny's hands as much as they can. That's Linas Kleizai, and there's Renaldas Seibutis. As we go through the starting fives for Lithuania, there's a look at Kęstutis Kemzūra, who was an assistant on the team in 2009 Eurobasket. He's got the helm now to see if he can restore the prominence for the Lithuanians. And here's a good look at the arena. Halkapina Arena seats 10,000 people. They're still streaming in here. It's a multi-purpose hall for basketball, volleyball, and fencing. It's hosted the World University Games before, and although it's built in 2005, it's got a nice feel to it. The arena goes straight up in the air, so if you're up in the cheap seats, you're still looking right down on the action, and we are literally right inside the huddle. Look at that shot as we're inside the Lithuania huddle. Final instructions for Kemzura. Both teams have got all the nervous energy out, and my heavens, the Lithuanian crowd are really going. There's a Lithuanian flag here, which is about the size of Texas, which is being passed around the arena. These guys are really ready to go. There's a look at that flag. There's a look now at the New Zealand team. There's the top athlete, Mika Vukana, and he'll have his hands full trying to guard somebody bigger than him inside. And there's a look at the 2-5s as they get ready to come on the floor. Keep an eye out on the number 6 for New Zealand. That is Kirk Penny. He'll shoot it. Thomas Abercrombie gets a start for the Tall Blacks, the number 10. Abercrombie, new to international basketball, having playing his pro basketball in the New Zealand Basketball League for the Waikato Pistons. He's also contracted to New Zealand Breakers that play in the Australian National Basketball League. There's a look at Kleza, and there's Robertas Javtokis, Lithuanian 6'11" center. We're just about ready to toss it up in this, the opening game of the FIBA Basketball World Championships 2010. Lithuania lost the opening game in Eurobasket 2009 to Turkey. They start the road to redemption right here in Turkey as they try to get off with a win against New Zealand. And the opening tip goes to New Zealand, as New Zealand will get in their first set. That's Lindsay Tate. Throws a bounce pass into Penny. Penny gets an early touch. Not great at this, not great shooting another dribble. He wants to come off screens, and all the experience of a terrific player leans in and gets the contact, and he's going to get 2 shots. And Seibutis was sold a bill of goods on that, because Penny's not necessarily all that terrific coming off the dribble. He wants to come off screens, but you can see Seibutis is really excited about trying to play defense on probably the best scorer in the tournament. There's a look at Penny as he nets the first one. Lithuania will get the next possession. Their strengths are they're a fantastic shooting team. The superstar is Kleza. Got some experienced campaigners in Jasaitis and Seibutis and Javtokis, and that experience might come in handy here. And we've got some early pressure coming from the Tall Blacks. Nice pass over the top. Kleza gets it. He moves it on. Right back to Kleza. And a foul. Lindsay Tate commits the foul. And New Zealand, I tell you what, they're coming out trying to cause an upset early. They're not known for their tempo. Typically a possession team. There's a look to Kleza up high. Gets by with 1 foul. Nice bounce pass. And there's a foul from Lindsay Tate. I love the bounce pass on the break inside. The bounce pass is the scoring pass if you've got a guy who's going to the basket. There's a look at Linus Kleza, the number 11 for Lithuania. He was a member of the Olympiacos team that lost the EuroLeague final to Barcelona this year. He's played several seasons for the Nuggets. Went back to Europe to Olympiacos to get some seasoning, and this summer he signed a contract with Toronto. He'll go back into the NBA, and New Zealand coming out trying to handle some pressure against Lithuania. Both teams setting some early press early. There's Tate, a little bounce pass into the high post. New Zealand like this little high post offense. There's Vikana. He's thrown it away, and look out. Here's the first dunk of the 2010 Group D World Championships, and the pressure from Lithuania after the dunk. There's a tip. There's a look at the replay. There's a steal. And there's the dunk with the exclamation point. Lithuania coming out in some pressure, trying to get New Zealand out of their sets. There's Penny. He'll bring it over. He doesn't want to handle the point. He wants to get out the point so he can get it. But reasonable ball handler. He'll make that first entry pass, go off a high post screen. There's Bradshaw. Bradshaw strokes the 3. We've had a dunk and a trifecta, and we've just played the first minute. Got good pace to the game so far. Here's Kalnietis. Kalnietis picks his dribble up. He'll give it to Jevtokas at top of the key. Little reversal to Seibutis. Seibutis puts it on the floor. Back to Jevtokas. Jevtokas doesn't want to shoot it there. He hands it up to Kalnietis. Alley-oop to Jevtokas. Jevtokas with the putback. What a nice little half-court set from Lithuania. Kemzura likes that. We're back the other way with Lithuania. A little handoff here. And that's Bradshaw. He'll hand it off. A little weave here from the Tall Blacks. Tate goes in the lane, and Jevtokas, the fly swatter, says, "Don't you come in here with that, young man." And here goes Lithuania the other way. Nice kick out here from Kalnietis. Three-point attempt won't go. And there's Jevtokas on the boards, but he gives it up, and Bradshaw comes back the other way. He'll pick it up quite smartly. They'll give it to Tate, and Tate gets New Zealand in those patented offenses that they like to run. Tate will make a bounce pass to the high post to Bradshaw. Bradshaw will give it. There's Penny, and that's what he likes to do. He likes to come off screens, get the feet set, and let it fly. And he's got the three, and we've got good tempo early here. Can you tell these teams have played a lot of exhibition games and want to get down to some real basketball? Klaises goes off a back pick, can't get through. Good defense here from Mika Vukina. And Vukina draws the foul. And this is a good look at Lindsay Tate going down the lane. Jevtokas says, listen, you need to think about that again. You're coming in here with that. So that's a frustration foul, which is committed there. We're going to give him some good defense, and you can see Klaiza, his name in the foul, first foul name in the book. And again, we go back to that slow tempo from New Zealand. Lindsay Tate has got Kalnietis on a string here. He hands it off to Penny. Penny's looking for a screen and roll here with Bradshaw. Bradshaw gives a screen, but not much on it. To give to Vukina. Vukina's in the lane. He'll move it on. That's Bradshaw's going to shoot the three. Off the rim. No good. Good defense from Lithuania. They're going to start to break the other way. It's Kalnietis looking to give it up. Little bank shot, and that goes. There's two for the number 6. Mačiulis, Jonas Mačiulis gets it down. Look at the Lithuanian faithful. There's Tate with a little shake and shimmy as he comes across the half court. He'll throw a bounce pass into Vukina, and Vukina gets called for a travel. Nice little interior feed bounce pass from Tate. Vukina must have just shuffled his feet ever so slightly. There's a look at Nenad Vucinic, the Serbian coach of the New Zealand team. A strict task master, likes his teams to set tempo. And there's Kitsura's Kemzura. Not those three girls, those are 3 Lithuanian faithful, but they're supporting the same team that Kemzura is in charge of. Kalnietis comes across the point. He'll give it to Seibutis on a little flare screen, throws it inside to Jevtokas. We talked about this. We thought Lithuania would do this. Jevtokas, a couple bounces, goes for the hook shot, won't go. And there is Thomas Abercrombie with the rebound to Tate. Tate comes down the floor. He's looking for Penny. Penny's on the baseline. See what kind of screen he comes off. A nice move, a handoff from Bradshaw. Handoff and a screen. Bradshaw screens. Penny looking to give it up. That's not a great shot. Rounding out it goes as Jevtokas comes out to challenge. And a 6'11" Jevtokas has come up with a little bit of an injury here as he goes out to challenge Penny. And we're taking an official timeout as Jevtokas is shaken up. Let's see if we can figure out what type of injury he has, but he's going to the bench and he doesn't look happy. We can figure out what type of injury he has sustained. He's getting a word from Yasitis right there. Yasitis should be in soon. And here's Lithuania now on offense. This is Seibutis. He'll toss it to Klaiza up top. Klaiza to top to Kalnietis. Kalnietis will bounce it twice, and that is such a nice screen and roll. What a textbook screen and roll as Jankunis gets his first basket, comes into the ball game, gets a bucket. That's a good little start for him to settle. Here's Bradshaw, top of the key. He'll bounce it a couple times, hands it to Tate. Tate throws a pass into Vukina. Vukina gets it blocked. He goes down the lane, and with a little shovel shot, gets it to go. And it's a 10-9 lead for New Zealand. Oh, nice crossover from Seibutis. And we've got a referee's call. It looks like there's a foul inside on number 10. That's Thomas Abercrombie. What a nice crossover dribble and give. And you'd like to see the referee let that go because Klaiza's got the bucket. Yeah, he got bodied there. Abercrombie bumped Klaiza a bit, but I say Klaiza probably wants the bucket and maybe an and one rather than a possession here. Okay, so we've got a sideline ball for Lithuania. See what kind of set they come out in. That's Seibutis coming off of a double screen. He'll look inside. Get a screen and roll, and he'll shoot it. It won't go. And there's Mačiulis. Mačiulis banging down low, and he gets the putback. And it's 11-10 to Lithuania as we are approaching the halfway mark of the first quarter. There's Tate, nice and slow, playing cat and mouse with Kalnietis. Doesn't really have any blow-by ability, Tate. Oh, that's an ill-advised one-handed pass, but Vukana bails him out as he hangs on to it. He'll put it on the floor and go right down Main Street, but it won't go for him. And there's a scramble for the loose ball. Vukana comes up with it. He'll pitch it back out to Tate. He's in the lane. Should have shot that little six-footer. Gives it off. And there's a nice little pull-up from Thomas Abercrombie saying, Lindsay Tate, what'd you give the ball to me for, son? You had a better shot. Go back the other way, and here is Kalnietis. Again, neither of the 2 point guards for these two teams today have got blow-by ability, and so they're kind of absorbing the pressure. And there's Mačiulis, and we talked about this. We talked about Lithuania throwing the ball down low, and Mačiulis has got 3 easy baskets as he's banging inside. And New Zealand have got to come up with a way to cope with that. Back the other way, New Zealand's ball, and they're in their deliberate sets. Penny hasn't got too many touches. He's got it here. He's going to have to make something up the dribble. And again, he's conned Seibutis again. Talk about the experience here from Kirk Penny. He just leans in and creates the contact from Seibutis. And Seibutis is frustrated. I don't blame him. He's just got his hand out playing defense. And Penny leans in and draws the contact and throws up a prayer. And there he is. There's Seibutis saying, Coach, I just had my hand up. There it is. There's a look at it. There's a little contact. And Penny, so clever. So clever, just throws it up and gets a foul. And Seibutis gets a little bit of pine time to go on with the foul. Penny shoots the first one. He gets it. You got to love this guy, Kirk Penny. If you're a basketball fan, this guy goes anywhere to play ball. He plays in New Zealand, plays in the Australian League for the New Zealand Breakers, sometimes plays in the D-League. It's a great story about him in 2003. Came out of University of Wisconsin and wasn't drafted in the 2003 draft, but got a phone call 20 minutes after the draft and asked to go and play some summer league that summer with the LA Clippers. Here we go the other way with Lithuania. Kalnietis content to walk it up. He'll give it to Mačiulis on the side. Mačiulis to Kleza coming high. And there's a pass inside to Mačiulis, and Mačiulis having all kinds of joy, and we got an and one. Thomas Abercrombie out the foul. Here's a look at that lovely pass inside. Not a great pass, but Mačiulis handles it, and there you go. And Thomas Abercrombie doing all he can to keep Mačiulis from putting it in, but Mačiulis is just too strong. And there's a look at Abercrombie, who's come off after having committed that foul on Mačiulis. Okay, so we've got a new player in the game for Lithuania, Kitkevičius, which is the number 8. He threw the pass into Mačiulis, and Mačiulis will shoot the and one. It won't go. Loose ball, and there is Jankūnas, who gets the fortuitous bounce, and he lays it in, and it's 17-15 to the Lithuanians. Come the Tall Blacks the other way. As Michael Fitchett now is checked into the game. He's handling the point duties. It's that high post offense. Throws it into Vukana. A nice reverse pivot. There's Penny. That's what he wants to do. He wants to come off screens. Around and out it won't go. Plays it with the rebound. Lithuania come down the other way. Kalnietis having a look at the inside. Can't find anything he likes. Gives it to Kitkevičius. Jankūnas will reverse it to Mačiulis. Kalnietis, he'll use the screen. He'll pitch it. It's Mačiulis. Throw it to the corner to Kitkevičius. Kitkevičius throws it inside to Jankūnas. Little spin move, bang, contact. That is a great interior post move from Jankūnas. Little space dribble to just get some space between him and the defender. Lean in, get some contact, and puts it up. Again, it's the entry pass for New Zealand to the high post. Vukana throws it right down. What a great pass and a great look. And Phil Jones gets an early touch. And Kemzura is beside himself with the defensive breakdown. And Mačiulis says, what did I do? There's a look at it. What a great pass from Vukana. And there's a foul on Mačiulis. A little bit of body. And Kemzura is not happy at all about that defensive breakdown. This is Phil Jones just come into the game. He'll try to convert his and one. The 36-year-old plays his basketball in Australia. He won the 6th man award in the Australian League this year. And Lithuania come back the other way. Mačiulis up top. Kitkevičius to Kleza. Kleza to Machulis. A straight pass. Can Machulis get it without committing a backcourt? He does. And here's Linkaitis, who's coming to the game. Linkaitis, oh my goodness, too easy. He just slides down the lane. And that is New Zealand's problem. Piero Cameron, the captain, called him out after 9 exhibition games and said, look, we're just not tough enough defensively. And there's a good look at exactly what he's talking about, because that was just too easy. There's Jones. He's got it up top. He'll move it on to Penny. Penny hasn't really got going yet. There's Fitchett. Fitchett will move it to Penny. Penny doesn't see anything he likes. Get a little rub here at the top. And he's got a mismatch now. That's what he wants. He's got Kleza on him. He's going to keep the ball. Oh, my goodness. He got exactly what he wanted to Kirk Penny. He's got Kleza stepping out on the screen and roll. He's got to lean in and get contact or get a shot off or try to take him on the dribble. And there's a look at Kirk Penny, and certainly something he needs to get into his game. He just doesn't have the ability yet to go by people. And you would have thought that with Kleza stepping out, who's 6'10", that Penny could be able to go by him, but not able to do that. And so it's a 24 shot clock violation for New Zealand. He's getting a little physical here as New Zealand start to dig in defensively. That's Kakavicius. Kakavicius will shoot it. Phil Jones will contest. And Kakavicius gets the nice 15-footer to go as he elevates over Phil Jones. And Lithuania starting to push the lead out a bit here, 23-18. Needs to be a real good possession here from New Zealand. They want to stay close. There's Penny coming off a stagger screen. He'll catch it. He's really getting manhandled off the ball. There's Piero Cameron, first time in the game, shoots a three. It won't go, the captain. And that is a cheap foul that Mika Vukona, I beg your pardon, committed here. And there's a look at who's probably the best athlete on the New Zealand team. He looks over to the bench and nods and says, sorry, coach, that wasn't a great foul for me. Here's Seamus Jasaitis checking into the game. Now, this guy can shoot it. He's been around EuroLeague for many years, an experienced player. So certainly somebody that New Zealand will want to keep an eye on. And so we are underway here as Lithuania will walk the ball up over half court. Kleza gets the entry pass. Vukona gives him a little rub, but he slides through. We get a deflection. Good defense from New Zealand as the entry pass is deflected. And it's end line ball. There's a look at Vucinic, the coach of New Zealand. And here's Lithuania with the ball up top. A little 17-footer, rattles around and out. Vukona gets the ball. He'll just hand it off to Jones. Jones will walk it up. And he's going to get a little screen and roll. He can shoot it too. Jones is a heck of a scorer, and he'll stroke that. And that is just too easy as the left-handed Jones gets nothing but net on that three. That's as easy a look as he'll get all day. Ooh, Kakavicius just get away with a little travel as he gives it to Jasaitis. Jasaitis trying to take on Penny. He'll back him down in the lane. A little pull back, and it's edge short. Vukona with the outlet. This is Fitchett. He'll slow it down. A little sideline break here, but he wants to slow it down. He's going to pitch it to Cameron. That's good ball reversal from Jones. That's a nice idea. Get it back to Jones. Give him a touch as he made the last one. There's Penny going in the lane, and he got the and one. Oh, he leans in, gets the contact, gets the and one. And B.J. Anthony gives him a hand as he's ready to come on. Here's a look at it. Dribble, leans in, contact, off the board. Thank you very much. I'm going to the free throw line. And we've got a timeout here in the Halka Pinar Sports Hall as we take a break. And we're getting a look here now at the Lithuania timeout. Kemzura will give his charges some instructions. Now, the test of a good timeout when you come out of it is, will your team execute what it is you ask them to do? There's a look at some highlights from Australia. And there's New Zealand winning the Al Ramsey Shield. And we're back in the arena now, and as we were saying, a test of a good timeout is, can your charges give you exactly what you want them to do? So Kemzura knows that it'll be Lithuania's possession, and he'll try to get them to run a set for him. There's a look at points in the paint. We talked about how Lithuania want to attack the paint. But as we said, Kemzura has given some instructions. We'll see if Lithuania can come out and get a good possession after these free throws. There's a look at New Zealand's three-point percentage. There's that Lithuanian flag. And I tell you now, the gym is really starting to fill up. We've got green and gold pretty much on two sides, and there's a cohort of New Zealand fans here as well, as Kirk Penny will step to the line and try to convert his and one. Kirk Penny is the vice captain of the Tall Blacks. Cameron is the captain. And Penny will stroke the free throw. He'll get it down, and it's 23-all. So after a 5-point lead, I beg your pardon, 24-23 to New Zealand. After a 5-point lead, Lithuania have been pegged back. New Zealand coming out with a little zone here, try and throw Lithuania off. But that's no problem for Gikavicic, who steps up and shoots the jump shot. And we've got what looks like a timeout here from New Zealand. And we'll take another break as there's 39 seconds left in the quarter.
Pin now, okay? But you are the 5, you are the 4, okay? So Carol, we go for a quick one, okay? You step out, get the ball, right? Okay? We got BJ on the other side, setting the screen.
And Vucinic has just told Cameron he wants to get a quick one. Now, this is a good example of where you might be able to get a 2-for-1. There's 39 seconds on the game clock, which means if New Zealand can get a good quick look here, that will give more than 24 seconds left, which means that Lithuania can't run the clock down, and Lithuania will have one shot at it, and then New Zealand might get a second shot. It's a good tactical ploy. It's a 2-for-1, and certainly Vucinic wants to do that. He's told his team he wants to get a 2-for-1. Here's points from fast break. Neither team scoring many. Lithuania 5 and the Tall Blacks none. So we'll see if New Zealand can pull this off. Again, there are 39 seconds left in the first quarter. There's a look at some New Zealand fans probably enjoying themselves here. And Lithuania come out with some press. A quick inbound here from New Zealand to Fitch it. He'll see if he can break down his defender. And he'll go by. He wants to get something quick. There's Cameron in the high post. Can he get something quick? Here's Penny. He'll come around a stagger. There's Cameron. He'll shoot that 3 coming off something. Back iron won't go. And a battle underneath for the rebound. Anthony can't come up with it. And it's Lithuania ball. And it's not going to work. The 2-for-1 isn't going to work for Vucinic. There's 22 seconds left here. And so Lithuania will get the last possession. Vucinic tried to get a timeout for the bench, but not enough time. And so Lithuania will definitely kill the clock here. They'll hold their set until there's 10 seconds left. And here we go. Lithuania just gonna, there it is, so easy. Just throw it down in the paint. That's a nice move. Spin move inside. It won't go. Enough time for the rebound. Yasaitis fights for it, but Fitchett comes up with it. And so that's a nice look from Lithuania as we finish the first quarter. New Zealand 24, Lithuania 25, 1 point in it as we take a break. International prominence. There's a look at the New Zealand bench, and there's Cameron who's provided some good minutes. He's going to come in as a reserve, having played a starting role in this team for years and years. He's at the end of his career, but I'm sure the New Zealand faithful are glad to see him. He'll lend some experience and some heart and soul to the team. And we are underway in the second quarter. Inbounded here for New Zealand. I beg your pardon, that's Lithuania. Yasaitis is going to throw it inside to Jankunas. Jankunas going to take one dribble, and Bradshaw pushes him out. Jankunas sets a screen. Nice screen and roll. Jankunas will pop up. He'll shoot a little 10-footer, and that is a textbook pick and roll as Jankunas gets the feed from Yasaitis. And Lithuania 27, New Zealand 24. This is Lindsay Tate back on the point for New Zealand. He'll pivot. He's under trouble, in some sort of trouble here now. He'll give it to Bradshaw. Bradshaw's going to try and back down Jankunas. He had everything right. Just needed to slow down the move here because Jankunas was losing ground. And here comes Lithuania for an easy 2 in transition. Bradshaw just rushed the move a little bit. There's a great expression, which is be patient in the post. And Bradshaw had Jankunas backing down, but he lost his balance. We're back the other way. Here's Tate. He'll enter that pass to B.J. Anthony in the game now in the high post. Anthony will hit Fit Jones, and Jones is going to stroke that. There's no doubt about it. Came off a double, won't go for him, rattles it around, but a great hustle play from Thomas Abercrombie. Keeps the rebound alive, and it's out top to Tate. Tate keeps the dribble. He'll give it over to Abercrombie. Abercrombie to Jones in that same spot where he missed the last three. Jones will bounce it a few times. It's Tate. Goes off a back screen from Anthony. Anthony's got a mismatch. Can we recognize it? That's good defense from the Lithuanians. Bradshaw, he'll pull up and shoot a three off the dribble. Front iron, no good. And New Zealand really missed an opportunity here because B.J. Anthony had a guard pinned. He had Delinkaitis right there, the number 9, pinned inside the paint and didn't get the ball. There's a look at B.J. Anthony as he comes off very quickly. Mika Vukoni comes back into the game for Anthony, and I'm sure he's disappointed he didn't get the ball there. There's a look at the New Zealand bench. B.J. Anthony, and here we are underway again. There's Delinkaitis, a little spin dribble to Yasaitis, comes up a flare screen. Yasaitis gives up top to Yankunis. Back to Delinkaitis to Yankunis. Oh, nice little slide to the basket. And Bradshaw commits the foul. And Yankunis is going to go for an and one, as Lithuania pushed the lead out to 31-24. And again, can't emphasize enough, New Zealand need to keep it close as we get a timeout and the teams go to their benches. And we're back in the arena, just having a quick look at some of the first quarter stats. I thought Kirk Penny had a quiet quarter, didn't get many looks. And he's at 11 points in the first quarter. He's on track to score over 40. So if that's Kirk Penny being quiet, he can stay quiet as far as the Tall Black fans are concerned. There's, well, there you go. Lithuania just 71% from the field goal range. That is just soft defense from the Tall Blacks. So many points coming on the interior for Lithuania. Look at some of the Lithuanian fans. And Lithuania will step out to the free throw line as Yankunis will try to convert his and one. Polis Yankunis. And can't get it to go. Bradshaw will pick it up, hand it off to Tate. Tate will come down the sideline. He'll find some floor in the middle and pull it back out and run a set. Kona up top. Bradshaw, he'll move it on to Tate. Here's Abercrombie. Abercrombie. Jones. Jones looks down the lane to Bradshaw. Now, can Bradshaw score? That's tough. He just can't make enough space for himself to convert that. And you'd like to see him be just a little bit more patient. Seems to be a bit rushed inside there. Anyway, here comes Lithuania the other way. Great strip. What a terrific strip from Vukana. Yeah. Oh my goodness. If you are a Tall Blacks fan, you don't want to see that because the referee have called a travel. Here's the strip from Vukana. He'll go the other way, and he's just about to get fouled right there. See, there's the foul. And Delinkaitis even sticks his hand up and says, look, I committed the foul. But unfortunately, there's a classic case where the travel caused the foul. Vukana called for shuffling his feet, and that hurts because now Lithuania can extend the lead 31-24 to Lithuania, to the Greens. Yasaitis. They'll reverse it, go off a back screen. Kavicius, he'll throw it in the lane. That's easy to get the ball into the high post there for Lithuania. And there's Mačiulis. He'll step up and shoot an open three. Back iron won't go. Rebound claimed by New Zealand. Here comes Tate the other way. So deliberate, so patient, the Kiwis. And Penny's back in the game. Here's his first touch in the second quarter. Bradshaw can't find anything. That's Abercrombie. He'll throw it into Bradshaw. Now take your time. Oh, moving on. What a great skip. What a great skip. Lindsay Tate can't get the three-pointer to go, but great recognition from Vukana, who'll skip it on. Lithuania claim the rebound. Yasaitis takes the first entry pass on the side. Kavicius comes up top. And he'll stroke the three. Off back iron, won't go. Abercrombie elevates for the rebound, brings it down. He'll dribble it over half court. Lithuanians are reputed to be a good outside shooting team, but they haven't really got it going so far today. Vukana decides not to slide down the lane. He'll hand it off to Penny. Trying to poke. Oh my goodness, that's a reach around foul there from Yasaitis. Referees let him play on. Now, what a great little step over move from Kavicius, a la Manu Ginobili. I beg your pardon, Manu Ginobili, as he steps over defender, crosses over, and goes to the basket to get fouled. There's Vucinic. Seems to be showing a little bit of pressure here as his tall blacks are down. We'll get some substitutes coming in the game. We'll try to sort them out for you as they come in. There's the look at Craig Bradshaw, who's committed the foul. That's his second. And he'll come out as Alex Pledger steps into the game. Genuine 7-footer. Here's a look at Martinez Kavicius as he rattles around the first one. The number 8 plays his club basketball for Lietuvis Rytas. 22-year-old is new to the professional scene. And he's the model of concentration as he strokes his second. 32, 33, 24 now for Lithuania. This is Tate as he'll bring it over half court. Pass it through his legs. He's guarded by Kalnietis, who's just checked into the game. Kalnietis keeps him close. There's Penny. Penny guarded by Yasaitis. Yasaitis a little bit longer than Seibutis. They're trying to contest his shots. Oh, nice pass down the lane to Tate. Tate will hand it on to Penny. And Penny gets called for a travel. He went up to elevate to shoot it. It looks like he thought it was going to get blocked, so he put it on the floor. Here's a look at what I can only imagine is Yevtokis. There it is. Yevtokis has rolled his ankle. There's a look at Robertus Yevtokis, just signed with Power Electronics Valencia. And there is a throwaway, a pass to nobody. As Mika Vukana picks it up, he'll give it to Tate. And we'll get back into a set for New Zealand. Jones is closely guarded as he comes off a screen. And look at the defense from Lithuania. They're pushing the ball all the way out to the half court. They're playing with a bit between their teeth so far defensively in the first half. Nice pass to Penny. Yasaitis steps out to him. Penny goes into the lane and he gets the 2. It was great defense from Yasaitis as he contested the 3, and Penny just puts it on the floor. Says, thank you very much. I'll just make a little bank shot here. Lithuania the other way. Clays has come into the game. He's wide open. There's a great move coming off the back screen. Lithuania have run this back screen play probably 10 or 12 times this half, and finally they got a 2 from it as Clays comes off the screen. Here's Tate the other way. He'll go in the lane. He'll head fake. Can't get it up. He's closely guarded, and now he's going to commit 3 seconds. And so it's been a difficult passage here from New Zealand. Here's a look at Kalnietis, who's just come off the back screen as he converts. And there's a look at Yevtokis. Seems concerned about his injury, and you don't want to see that. It's the opening game of the 2010 World Championships, and Lithuania thin on the ground with interior players. Speaking of interior players, there is Kleza. Linus Kleza gets it in the paint, puts it on the floor, puts it up, gets an and 1. And he'll go to the line, and the foul is on Mika Vukona. There's a look at Mika. That's his second. Cameron has checked in. He's coming in for Alex Pledger, as we're still getting a look at Mika Vukona. Kleza steps to the line to see if he can convert his and 1. If he makes this, it's a 12-point lead. I've jinxed him. He's just back ironed it. Penny picks up the loose ball. New Zealand don't want to be playing catch-up ball. They don't score points in a hurry. They're deliberate in offense. They want to really set the tempo and keep possession. Don't want to be playing catch-up. Cameron, he's up top. He gets himself in trouble. And there's a foul on Klimavicius. Klimavicius just checked into the game and gets his name in the scorebook for all the wrong reasons. Committing a foul that far from the basket, but you can see the intensity that the Lithuanians is trying to bring to the game here. Nice inside pass to Cameron. He fakes a handoff. There's Penny. And we've got an offensive foul as the referees say that Pedro Cameron uses his body illegally here. Watch, he'll try to give a handoff. Handoff there, can't use it. I don't know how that is a foul on Cameron. But the referee saw it differently, and he's the guy who makes all the decisions. There's Kalnietis, scrambling defense a bit from New Zealand. Looks like New Zealand are a little 1-3-1 here, try and shake things up. And there's a 3-point attempt from Lithuania, won't go. Vukana with a great rebound, loose ball. He'll throw a one-handed pass to Fitchett. Fitchett will throw it across court to Penny. Still nothing in transition from Lithuania, from the New Zealanders. Penny throws up a 3, it won't go. And Lithuania come down with the rebound. Nice bounce pass to Kleza. Kleza will pass it through his legs. He'll get inside the paint, and he'll just lay it in. And if you're a New Zealand fan, you're just pulling your hair out because that is just too easy. It's exactly the problem the New Zealanders saw in their exhibition games, giving up points too easily. 39-26 to the Greens. Cameron up top, looking for a pass. He'll give a pass, and a nice little 12-foot jump shot. Won't go for Penny. Yasaitis comes down with the rebound. We got a 3-on-1 right here, and there is Kleza with the jam, and the lead now is double digits, 41-26, and this is a very important passage of play here for the Tall Blacks. They've got to keep it from getting to 20. Cameron goes inside. He'll see if he can attack in the post. And that's just good stand-up defense there from Klimavicius. Little baby hook for Cameron. Rounded out, won't go. And Klimavicius plays good D. There's Lithuania the other way. And this is a troubling phase here now for New Zealand because Kalnietis just goes right down the lane. There's a look at Penny with a 12-footer, won't go. Yasaitis, and here's the break. Yasaitis gives it ahead early. Nice little shovel pass to Kleza, and Kleza puts it in. And I love that pass from Yasaitis. You see someone ahead of you on the break, give it to him. And that's a great example of that, of how the Lithuanians put the New Zealand defense under pressure. And we're here at the free throw line as Kalnietis will line up for his 2 freebies. Mantis is a 24-year-old who plays for Žalgiris Kaunas, the juggernaut of basketball in the Lithuanian league. He'll be heading to the line for his second. And he converts his second and turns around and plays defense straight away. There's Cameron, who's on the bench for New Zealand. And there's a look at Vucinic. Here's Tate bringing the ball over half court, and there's a foul there from Lithuania. That's Mantis Kalnietis as he puts his hand up, and he has a word with the referee and a smile. Always working the referee, and he comes out for his trouble as Dylan Kaitis comes in. Kalnietis gets a handshake from his teammates. I'm sure he'd rather be in the game. Okay, here we go. New Zealand inbounds. This is Michael Fitchett, who's going to try and break down his nice hedge from Kleza. Bradshaw slides down the lane, but Pledger couldn't find him. And that's a little forced shot from Thomas Abercrombie, who gets it to go. And there's a New Zealand fan who likes that. It's been a while for a bucket from New Zealand. Here's the ball in the low post. And what a great post move inside from Klimavicius, who just beats up the post player for New Zealand. Bradshaw. Here's Fitchett. He'll handle it. Kleza stepping out, hedging out the screen. There's a nice penetration from Phil Jones, but he can't get it to go, and no foul. Here's Lithuania the other way. Nice fast break. Headman to Yasaitis. Yasaitis dribbles in trouble. Did he get stripped? No, there's a foul here. Phil Jones looks like he might have stripped it cleanly, but the referees call a foul. There's Kemzura giving some instructions to his team. 45-28. We've got 2 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Yasaitis will try and find some space. There's Kleza, who will bring it in. Kleza to Klimavicius. Klimavicius to Yasaitis. Yasaitis trying to force it inside to Kleza. Kleza has a cross word with Yasaitis. Great steal there from Thomas Abercrombie. And New Zealand come back the other way. This is Michael Fitchett. He'll come off a screen at the top. He'll stroke the 3. Back iron, it won't go. And Yasaitis pulls down the rebound. He'll throw it across to Dylan Kaitis. Dylan Kaitis keeps possession. And we've got to stop here as there's a foul off the ball. Foul's on number 10 for New Zealand. That's Thomas Abercrombie. And he's going to come out of the game as Mika Vucinic checks in. That's Abercrombie's third. And as a rule of thumb, you get 3 fouls in the first half, and you're going to Pine City. So he finds himself on the bench, does Thomas Abercrombie. As Lithuania line up to shoot the free throws for being in the bonus. It's Martinez Pocius who front ends the first one. Pocius is a Duke University graduate, recently out of the NCAA. He's back home in Lithuania playing his ball for Žalgiris Kaunas, and he can't make either of the two free throws, but Klaiza comes up with a loose ball. He bounces off someone's foot, and New Zealand come up with the loose ball. This is Michael Fitchett, brings it over the half court. Into the high post to Vukana. Vukana, a little handoff to Penny. Can Penny get something going? Okay, here's the mismatch, but Penny doesn't want to use it. He goes into Vukana for the big little mismatch, and Vukana gets a huge basket that Lithuania cannot stop. Vukana gets a guard posted up, and that's good execution from New Zealand as Penny recognizes the mismatch and throws it inside to Vukana, who's got a guard posted.
And now let's have a big round of applause for the FIBA 1 World Dancers from Russia.
And we're back in the arena. Here is Kamzura giving some instructions to his team. There's a minute 25 left here in the second quarter. Lithuania will have the ball when we come back. And there's a look at some points in the paint. Lithuania are 17 for 19 in the paint, going right in the heart of the New Zealand defense. And Vucinic was interviewed earlier this week, and he talked about what are the strengths and weaknesses of his team. And one thing he said is that they're undersized inside, and he wouldn't be surprised at all if teams attack them inside. Now, Lithuania aren't a great team to score inside. You know, Klaiza is 6'10", but he likes to face. Yevtukas is a 7-footer, but doesn't necessarily have a velvet touch around the basket. In fact, he's on the bench, so New Zealand will even have their hands full when they play teams who've got even more skillful players inside than Lithuanians. There's Vucinic having a chat with one of his assistant coaches. And there's a look at the New Zealand bench. It's Thomas Abercrombie. And we are back underway here as the ball is into Lithuania's hands. This is the number 9, Dylan Kaitis. He'll bring it over half court. And it's a 1-3-1 zone here from New Zealand. So we'll see if Lithuania can attack the zone. A little screen and roll with Klaiza. Dylan Kaitis can't get it to go! But that is a putback with emphasis from Martinez Pocius, who comes in from the weak side and just throws it down. And New Zealand come back the other way, down 17. Nice pass to Penny. He'll go right down the lane. There's a nice little lay-in as Penny curls on the screen. Nice recognition from Penny. Nice bounce pass from Lindsay Tate. Lithuania the other way. So there's the 1-3-1 zone. You're getting a look at it there from New Zealand. Lithuania dribble entry. This plays up top. He'll dribble right down the middle, kick it to the corner. Three-point attempt won't go. And Phil Jones comes down with the rebound. So the 1-3-1 has got to stop in this possession. There's Penny with the ball in his hands. He'll bring it over. Lithuania stay in the man-to-man defense. There's Jones coming off the screen. Tries to get it back to Penny, and he does. Penny's looking inside. Can't get it. There's another mismatch from the screen and roll. Penny's got the dribble. He'll shoot the fadeaway, too, and he gets it to go. Oh, the fadeaway from Kirk Penny as he gets back on defense. And it's still the 1-3-1 from New Zealand. There's a three-point attempt. Back iron, won't go. Phil Jones hustles for the rebound. Does he get it? Ball's out of bounds. Oh, no, it's Lithuania ball, and Phil Jones can't believe it. He's imploring the referee to say it's off a Lithuania jersey, but there's 1 second left here, and Lithuania will get one attempt at a basket. 1 second's got to be catch and shoot. Probably don't have time to dribble it. Martinez Pocius will bring it in. Yesitis comes off a screen. Klaiza, he'll catch, shoot, lets it go! It's good! He gets a three-pointer to go from about 24 feet, and that is a dagger. That is a dagger into the hearts of New Zealand fans as we go to halftime here. The score, New Zealand 34, Lithuania 50. And we're going to take a little break here in just a couple of seconds. As we look at the replay, there's Klaiza just stroking the three-point attempt. Back iron, and in it goes. There he is, comes off, catch, square up, and shoot. There's a great look at the clock as it goes to 0, and the superstar gets it to go. And it's 50-34 here at the end of the first half. First quarter was close, 25-24. But Lithuania obviously are pushing the lead out. Here's a look at some of the numbers. And the interior scoring from Lithuania is what has really killed New Zealand. 78% from two-point range, which means that the ball is getting inside for the Lithuanians. Having all kinds of joy. And here, look at some of the leaders. Now, Penny's had a quiet game, but he's got 17 points. Kleza, who made that last three, he's got 12. And that's pretty much it for New Zealand. Sadly, it's just Penny who's got his 17. That's a strategy that you might think about trying to do when you guard somebody you can fill it up, is just let him get his points and limit the others. Here's a look at some more points from various players. And look at the balance from Lithuania. Kleza's got 12, Mačiulis 10, Jankunas 10. You have 3 in double digits, which is hard for other teams to cope with. Getting a look at the arena. Certainly one strategy when you're guarding a team that has got a talented player. Here's a look at a fan. There's a couple of highlights from the first half. Mačiulis, who powered himself inside, getting a lot of baskets. Here's a look at Gitkavičius just strolling right down the lane. And there's Phil Jones, the left hand. Always so nice to see a left-handed player shoot it. He'll stroke it. That's what we're talking about there with Bradshaw. Just a little bit too rushed in the post. And it leads to an easy two for Lithuania, and that's just too simple right there as Kleza strolls right down Main Street. There's Poches, will give it to Kleza. He'll send it in. Nice look at the little pass from Poches. Kirk Penny. This is looking at a deal on Martinez Poches. So we're underway here in the FIBA 2010 World Championships from Group D. And I can't necessarily say it's not what we expected. Lithuania up easily in the first half. We'll see if the New Zealand can come back, and certainly those two fellas would like to see the Tall Blacks get back in it. And there is to send it in for Martinez Poches as he gets the loose ball. And there's the dagger to the heart, and Kleza likes it. Because I got the three. As it goes to the changing room and gets a high five and a pat on the head from a teammate. He really... Yes! And welcome back to the Halka Pinar Sports Hall, where you're looking at the halftime score. 50 to Lithuania and 34 to the Tall Blacks. And a look at a young fan who's taking a picture of you right there in your living room. If it's any indication, the Lithuanians came out first, as if to say, we're not going to change anything. We're going to bang it inside and see how you cope with that. In fact, Lithuania scored 14 points inside to New Zealand 6. And the strength of the Lithuanian team is Kleza and Robertas Javtokas. Robertas Javtokas was identified in Sports Illustrated as one of the top 10 players to watch in this tournament. But sadly, he got injured within the first 2 minutes and had to make his way to the sideline. I'm just looking now to see if I see him on the bench of the Lithuania team. There's a look at a Lithuanian fan who's got a war paint on.
Now ready for the start of the second half.
As we're ready for the second half to get going. And this is an important quarter now for the Tall Blacks. As their supporters get behind them, there's a New Zealand flag. And there's a young fan. Look at that, huh? What a terrific shot that is. There's the superstar, Linus Kleza. He's in double digits with 12 points. Kirk Penny's got 17. And he needs to continue to score at a good rate here to get his team back in it. There's a look at some Lithuanian fans who've made the journey here to the Aegean Sea. And we are just about ready to go as the ball's inbounded here. And New Zealand will bring it over half court, trying to cut into a 16-point lead. That's Tate. They'll give it to Penny. Early touch. Penny strolls down the lane, and he gets fouled. And what a great little possession here from New Zealand as Penny curls right around the screen and makes his way down. And the foul is on Jonas Mačiulis, his second foul. And that's a good little set from New Zealand. That'll help them get settled. As Penny steps to the line, there's Mačiulis having a word with the referee. Penny will sink his first and get some kudos from his teammates. And step to the line for his second. Strokes it and gets some love from the rim. Rattles around and still goes. There's Kalnietis, he'll bring it up. He'll give it over to Kleza give it back to Kalnietis. Kalnietis calls the set. He'll skip it to the corner against the zone, and this gets Savage, just can't get it to go. And here might be a very rare opportunity for New Zealand to break. Oh my goodness! Kirk Penny goes to the basket. He gets thrown to the floor, and a nice bounce pass from Lindsay Tate in a classic 3-on-1 break. And the foul on number 5. Here's a look. Nice bounce pass to Penny, and there's the foul. As it's clean above, but Kalnietis gets him with the body. Penny gets a kick for his troubles. Here's Mantas Kalnietis, who committed the foul. Kalnietis plays his basketball for Žalgiris Kaunas in Lithuania. We've got a substitute coming into the game here as Machulis is going to come out. He's going to cut lip, and you're getting a good look right there at that. How about those images? Hope you're not squeamish at home. So we'll line it up, and we're right back where we were just a couple seconds ago as Kirk Penny will step to the line, and he'll try to get himself over 20. Stroke the first, and he front ends it. You can see he's grimaced on that. You want to score your points when you're playing catch-up ball, when you're at the free throw line and that clock isn't ticking. Doesn't reset himself. Most shooters do. They'll reset themselves when they miss one. He stayed right there and stepped up and shot it. Lindsay Tate extends the defense a little bit. There's a look at Kirk Penny, who just converted. And Tate extends the defense. A little chopping defense here from New Zealand. Well done. They're coming out and trying to get some tempo going on defense because they know they're playing catch-up ball. We'll see how Lithuania cope with it. And Kleza says, you can chase us all you want. You can double team us all you want. Get the ball to me at the top of the key and I'll stroke it, just like he finished the first half. And that's a 3, which really takes the wind out of your sails defensively when you're chasing the game. Here's Penny. He'll come off a rub from Vukana. And again, they got the mismatch, and that is Penny. Throws it up, and goes! And that's it. What a terrific tip from Thomas Abercrombie. Gets above the rim. And that's Kirk Penny isolating on Kleza. Takes him to the basket, and good weak side rebounding from Thomas Abercrombie. It's 1-3-1 zone from New Zealand. Tate extends it at the top. Lithuania moving the ball against his own. Nice bounce pass to the corner. As Kalnietis throws it off the side of the backboard. There's a good passage here now from New Zealand. Penny will stutter step, shoot it. Oh my goodness, what a lovely touch as it's a stutter step 15-footer, and we've got a timeout right here. What a smart timeout from Kimzura. And this is a look right here at Penny as he goes to the lane and gets fouled. And what a great shot that is. And what a great pass to play from New Zealand as we take a break. Okay, we're back here. There's a look at the New Zealand, I beg your pardon, that's the Lithuania huddle. Smart timeout from Kemzuri. You don't want the All Blacks to start to get some momentum. And he's talking his team through what he wants. Can't get quite close enough. Here's some fast break points. And you can see that New Zealand don't often score in transition. That 3-on-1 for them was unusual. Lithuania scoring a fair bit on their own on fast break. So this is exactly what we wanted. It's a great start from New Zealand. The score here is now 53-41. And what you'll say to your team, if you're Vucinic, the coach of the Tall Blacks, is let's get the game under 10. Let's get it under double digits. So this is a target for his team. See if they can chop into it. So look at some fans who seem enthused about the dancers. Get the dancers off. Let's get the basketball game going on. There's a look on those fans' faces. So it's Lithuania ball from the end line. And we'll see what kind of defense now the Tall Blacks will throw. It's a 2-3 zone, so changing defenses from a 1-3-1 to 2-3, and that is just too easy. Oh, you just pull your hair out if you're a New Zealand coach, because you've got a great pass to play, you're coming into the game, and then somebody from Lithuania just strolls right down Main Street, uncontested, and you can see Vucinic, the coach, is not happy. He's taken Bradshaw off. And in comes Alex Pledger. Now, Pledger is a young man coming into a game. He's a 7-footer, but you'd rather have Bradshaw, who's got a bit more international experience. Dylan Kaitis is going to step up to the lane, and he'll make the first one. Oh, you dread to think that this is going to happen to you when you're playing a 2-3 zone, that someone's going to drive right through the middle of it, but Dylan Kaitis just goes right down the middle of the lane. He converts both free throws, and poor Alex Pledger gets a shout from Tate. Bring the ball in. Tate brings it up. He'll absorb the pressure from Delinkaitis and move it on to Penny. Penny will move it on to Pledger. Pledger needs to get squared to the basket. He does. Throws it over to Vukana. Vukana put it on the floor. Gets Yasaitis off the floor. Can't get the foul. This is Tate with the basketball. And he goes in the lane. He needs to throw that up. Gives it off. There's a force from Abercrombie. Can't get it to go. There's Pledger. Gets a rebound. And he gets the putback to go. The 7-footer with a little baby hook from the right. Gets it to go. And the foul is on Yankunas, the number 13. What a good putback from the big fella.
First foul and team's third.
Alex Pledger, 7'1". Played collegiate basketball first at the University of Missouri, Kansas City, and then transferred to a real small school, Belmont Abbey, for his senior year, Division II school in North Carolina, and he'll convert the and one. Plays it, brings it into Delinkaitis. Delinkaitis throws it over to Kavicic. Kasavicius back to Delinkaitis. And it's back to the 1-3-1. This is a good change from Vucinic. But again, baseline bounce pass. Nice bounce pass inside to Glazer. Glazer throws it up, but won't go. Decide is fighting for the rebound. What a big rebound from Tate. And the tall backs are all full of fight. Tate brings it back, a little shake and shimmy. Tries to get some pressure. Vukana's he's got to get the ball inside. He's got a guard on him. Give it to him. Good. Now, can he break down the guard? A little jab step, goes to the basket, and a block. This is good recognition here from the tall blacks. Tate sees the mismatch. Vukona's down, he's got a guard on him, throws it to him. There's a look at it. Here's a steal, should have got it earlier. But Kasavicic is trying to guard Vukana. He's undersized there. Vukana goes to the basket. Ooh, and it's a block. Kasavicic just can't believe it. It's end line ball here now from New Zealand. Penny's in the middle. He'll certainly come up some type of a screen. And Yasaitis is hugging him. Right through the double screen for Penny. Can't get it. Moves really well. Gets in the corner. Double team. Moves it on to Pledger. He won't shoot it there. He'll move it on to Vukona. Vukona shoot little 12-footer. Won't go. Pledger hits the boards. And Abercrombie comes down with it. Alex Pledger doing a good job as a role player here with an offensive rebound and a tip. Back up top to New Zealand. This is Lindsay Tate. Lindsay Tate will try to break down Yasaitis. Goes off a screen from Vukana. Vukana's got a good seal. Give it inside to him. Nice bounce pass from Pledger. Vukana elevates. Won't go. Abercrombie fights. There's Pledger with a putback. Can't get it. His tall black's all over it. And the ball's out of bounds. And it stays tall black ball. I tell you what, the New Zealand boys are really fighting. They've got it down to 11. Plenty of time. And Pledger's had a good pass to play here. There's a look at Vucinic, who's called the play. And there's Lindsay Tate. Kasavicius comes out, and Martinez Pocius will spell him. And here's Penny in the middle of the lane. He'll back screen. Oh, he's held. There's a hold there the referees don't see. Bounce pass into Penny. He's got, tries to force it, tries to get the foul as he got Yankunas off his feet, but he turns it over. Here's Lithuania, Yasaitis, he'll stroke it, and that just kills you. You had the ball with 11. If you're New Zealand, you get it to 9 with a basket, you turn it over, and now all of a sudden you're chasing 13 points, and one of your best players, Kirk Penny, turns it over. There's Tate. He'll give it to Abercrombie. Abercrombie's played well today. There's Penny. Comes off a screen from Pledger. Nothing easy for poor Kirk Penny today. He uses Vukana as a screen. Gets Yasaitis. There's a good mismatch here, but we can't get it into Vukana. Pledger trying to throw it in. Nice high-low. There it is. A lovely putback with a nice high-low pass from Alex Pledger as Mika Vukana gets the easy 2. Ooh, a reach around from Tate. Tate slaps the ball out of Delinkaitis' hands. Lithuania are going to retain possession here. Kemzura. And there's a look at Delinkaitis who calls the play, and we're back to Kemzura. Okay, so here's Lithuania. Are they going to set it up? Yasaitis is going to bring it in. 57-46, and the Lithuanian fans are starting to find their voices. Yasaitis trying to find it in. There's Martinez Pocius. He's coming in to play some point. He'll move it on to the corner. There's a three-point attempt, and there's a foul on a three-point attempt. And you just hate to see a foul on three-point shooters. And the foul is going to be on Lindsay Tate. There's Lindsay, and he just looks a bit upset by that. As you can imagine, never, ever foul three-point shooters because 3 shots from the free throw line. There's Kasavicic who steps back. Oh, yeah, that's an easy call. And so we've got 3 free throws here for Lithuania. First one is missed. As, I beg your pardon, it's Delinkaitis who's shooting the free throws. He misses his first. So not such a bad foul after all if he misses this one. He nails that one. Delinkaitis plays his professional basketball in Greece for Thessaloniki. came up through the Tuvas Rytas club in Lithuania, and he makes 2 of 3. So not such a bad foul for New Zealand. Here's Tate. Tate will bring it up, passes it through his legs, crosses half court. And there's Penny. Penny was wide open, didn't get the ball. You got to find him when he's open. He's so rarely open. Uses Pledger as a screen, moves it over. There's a 3-point attempt from Mika Vukona, who gets it to go. And New Zealand have got it to 10. They won't go away. Lithuania, ball up top. Use the screen, Delnikaitis. Oh, throws it up. What a great block from Mika Vukona. He gives it off to Tate. Tate will go by. Should be an easy lay-in here. Gets the one. Will it go? No. Misses the layup, but gets the foul. Nice recognition here from Tate. Here's a look at the block. Oh, what a great block from Thomas Abercrombie. He's had a great game, doing the little things. There it is, right there. What a great shot.
Going to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
And so we're back here at the other end with Lindsay Tate going to line to shoot 2. These are important. Now, we talked about this. You want to make your free throws when you're playing catch-up ball when the clock has stopped. 5:29 to play, plenty of time. It's Kleza with the foul. Tate will shoot the first one. He gets it. All net, nice and smooth. Lindsay Tate plays his basketball in New Zealand Basketball League for the Wellington Saints. 28-year-old point guard shoots the second, gets it to go. And all of a sudden, it's single digits. It's an 8-point lead. Now, New Zealand need to stay right here. Stay inside double digits. Back to a 1-3-1. That's the top to Kleza. He'll head fake, step back and shoot it. And oh, what a player. What a move from Kleza. Head fake, step back, shoot it, 3, have some of that. There's a look at the superstar. This is Tate bringing it over. Penny's in the lane. He's just grabbed and held and pushed and shoved, and Lithuania are all over him like a cheap suit. He's got the ball now, puts it on the floor, absorbs some pressure from Martinez Pocius. And a travel. Kurt Penny must have just dragged his pivot foot as the referee calls it travel. You know, there's a difference between the defense that Sabutis used in the first half and Pocius, who guarded Penny really well there. Pocius didn't reach in, didn't commit the foul. Now we're in a 2-3 zone. The last time New Zealand went to this, it was right down Main Street. Let's see how they do. Alex Pledger's in the middle. Good ball reversal from Lithuania. Jasaitis to Delnikaitis. Back up top. Now it's a switch to Matt. Switching defense here from New Zealand. Right down the lane. Oh, if you're going to switch defenses, it's going to work for you. But Kleza goes right down the lane. And Thomas Abercrombie commits the foul, and that is his 4th. And that hurts because that young man's played very well. As he goes off to the bench, dejected. There he is there. Good look at Abercrombie, the number 10 for New Zealand. It's Jankunis, the number 13 for Lithuania, who'll step to the line. A little bit awkward action there on his free throw, but he gets it to go. Kemzura can't relax yet. And Jankunis will step to the line to shoot his second. Plays for Khimki Moscow in the Russian Super League, misses it. Phil Jones tracks down the loose ball. So it's a 3-guard set now for New Zealand. They're real small here with Penny. Jones is on. And this is Michael Fitchett. Michael Fitchett moving on to Penny. Penny's got Pocius guard him, can't get him up. Penny just can't get anything off the dribble. Doesn't quite have the quickest. It's going to come off Pledger's screen now. And Jankunis will step out into Pledger. Good mismatch. Pledger goes to work, lays it in. What a great execution from New Zealand as Pledger goes to work on Martinez Pocius in the post and lays it in. Good possession from New Zealand. Good execution, good patience. Here's New Zealand trying to play defense now, trying to keep Lithuania out of the paint. There's Jasaitis. And Alex Pledger says the no layup rules in effect. Don't come in here, Seamus Jasaitis, and think that you're just going to walk down here, because my coach has told me we got to play tough D. And so Pledger knocks him over, first foul. And I'll tell you what, Vucinic won't mind that foul at all. Didn't like the fact that Jasaitis got in the paint, but at least there's a bit of toughness there from the Tall Blacks. There's Kemzura. And now we're back to Jasaitis. Jasaitis will shoot the first of 2. And he'll get that to go. Seamus Jasaitis, 28 years old, plays his basketball in the ACB for Unicaja Malaga. Misses the second. Loose ball. You got to jump on that thing. Jasaitis picks it up, and that really hurts if you are New Zealand, because the loose ball goes back to Lithuania. Delanikaitis, he'll make the first entry pass. Over to Jankunas, top of the key, Jasaitis, he'll move it on to Klaiser. Klaiser loves that up fake and a bounce. Back ends the three-pointer, won't go, and Vukina really gets up to tip it. And back the other way come New Zealand, that's the number 5, Michael Fitchett, gets some instructions to the sideline from Vucinic. Calls the set. Penny starts underneath, and he is held and grabbed and pushed. Vukina's underneath, there it is, nice pass into the post, but Vukina's not gonna score against Klaiser there. He's looking to give it up. Oh, Penny strolls down the lane, little bounce pass, and he lays it in. What a great give from Mika Vukina as he just drops a bounce pass like dropping dimes on the ground to Penny. Here we are the other way. What a great defensive play here from Phil Jones. He picks it up, causes the steal, going the other way. New Zealand passing it ahead to Penny. Penny, he's got Jasaitis guarded, kicks it back out to Fitchett. Fitchett now getting New Zealand in their offense. There it is, Penny. He'll get those feet down off the screen. Finally gets it set, and he gets fouled, but there's no call here. Or he slipped, one or the other. Yeah, it's a wet spot on the floor. Penny must have slipped because he's not complaining, but he came off the screen well, caught it, got the feet set, put it up, just couldn't get it to go. And he's annoyed with himself. He's looking at the referee here, and he's not complaining about a foul, so I suspect he must have just lost his footing. We need a break here. There's a wet spot on the floor. You can see the Lithuania players, the bench there. Here's a look at Kirk Penny. And oh, I see. The official's telling him that if he's not careful, he's going to get a technical foul for something. Penny doesn't object, so he must know what the referee's talking about. 64-55, 9-point game. New Zealand were down 16 at halftime, so they're back in and good passes to play. Want to keep it under 9, at least keep it under double digits when they start the fourth quarter. Here's a look at Peter Cameron. Peter Cameron has played basketball all over the world, to include a stint in England for the Chester Jets. He'll come in as a role player with this group, play a few minutes here or there. He's coming off of an injury, didn't play a lot of basketball this year, did some coaching. He's back for the World Championships. Who can blame him? Here's Kalnietis. He'll spin dribble, get it over half court, make the entry pass. That's Klaiser. Klaiser will give it to Klimavicius. Klimavicius to Pochis. Pochis, we've got something off the ball here. Referees have called an off-the-ball foul. It's on number 15. That's Alex Pledger. You got to feel for him, because when you're 7'1", you can't hide. The referees always find the big guys for fouls. And I've got to tell you, that Kirk Penny is closely guarded when he's on offense. There's been some shirt grabbing and some hugging. The Lithuanians are getting away with a lot of off-the-ball contact. But poor Alex Pledger gets his name in the book here for something off the ball, and he's fouled Klaiser. Klaiser will shoot the first and get it. Linus Klaiser played collegiate basketball in the U.S. at the University of Missouri, and then was drafted in 2005 in the first round by Portland, 27th pick. They traded him to Denver, had a few years with Denver, and went back to Europe. Now going back to the NBA, play for the Raptors. New Zealand come down with the rebound. This is Fitchett on the sideline. Fitchett guarded by Kalnietis. To Pledger, he'll reverse pivot, looks at Penny going down the lane. Jones has it now, he can shoot it. There's Penny, he's got Klaiser on him. He's got the mismatch. Oh, nice crossover dribble, goes down the lane, gets fouled. We got a foul. There you go. Now Penny's got a nice crossover dribble to go by Linus Klaiser, and he gets in the lane and gets fouled. I don't think it's on Klaiser. We'll have a look to see who the foul's on. I think the foul was inside. Yeah, it's on Klimavicius, his second. And Kirk Penny's looking for a towel here. He's just drying his hands. Has a quick word with one of the assistants from New Zealand. There's a look at the number 12 for Lithuania. That's Tadas Klimavicius, who committed the foul. Penny converts the first. Gets the ball for the second. And he gets the second. Now all of a sudden it's 8 points, 65-57. Kalnietis brings it over, passes it through his legs. He'll move it on. Oh, that's a nice play inside. That's terrific pass from Machulis. Nice bounce pass into Klaiser, and Klaiser gets the easy two. He doesn't like to play in there. He likes to shoot it from the outside, but he knows that Lithuania's got such an advantage inside that he'll go there. Back the other end, we've got a foul here now, and this is what we're talking about. This is a foul on grabbing against Kirk Penny.
His first foul.
He's being held quite a bit. And it's a foul on Martynas Pocius off the ball. 10-point lead for Lithuania, which Penny's going to hope to cut into here. He will convert his first. Kirk Penny's a guy that you just love to follow. Went to the University of Wisconsin, played there for 4 years, graduated in 2003, was an honorable mention All-American, and has played all over the world since, even having a stint in Lithuania for Žalgiris Kaunas for a season. Okay, here's Kalnietis. Kalnietis will get Lithuania in a set. We've got a 2-3 defense, 2-3 zone defense from New Zealand. Nice bounce pass here. That's a nice open, easy three. Look, won't go. And that is Klimovicius who ultimately comes down with it after some great work by Martynas Pocius, who keeps it alive for Lithuania.
New Zealand foul on number 15.
And Alex Pledger gets his name in the book again. And he's coming out because Pirro Cameron's coming in. But he's done a good job, has Alex Pledger. He's played his role really well. He got a bucket, he got some putbacks, he got some rebounds, he played some tough defense. And Pirro Cameron will come into the game now. So we've got 1:32 left in the third quarter, as Lithuania will extend the lead, trying to push it back to 10. This is Klimovicius who is shooting his second. That's a look at Alex Pledger right there. He's got some blood on the jersey, so we've got to get that off. Klimovicius with a strange action. He gets the second, and so Lithuania comfortably keeping it between 8 and 10, 8 and 10, 8 and 10. New Zealand want to try and get that lead down at least to single digits as we start the fourth quarter. Little zone defense now from Lithuania, 2-3 zone defense. Fitchett, he'll move it on to Penny, and then see the zone's going to step out when Penny's in there. There's Vukana right in the middle, right there, top of the key. Nice low to high pass from Cameron to Vukana, and he'll hit the 15-footer. There's a look at Mika Vukana right there. So it's 2-3 zone down the other end for New Zealand. Nice little step move there from Kalnietis. Kalnietis will move it on, and there's a three-point shot from Chulis. Gets the three to go, and you don't want to see that. If you're a New Zealand fan, you don't want to see Lithuanians start shooting threes against that zone. Back to man for Lithuania, changing defenses, zone to man. And we are 35 seconds to go here in the quarter. Little handoff from Cameron to Jones. Jones back into Cameron, down to the low post. He'll move it on to Penny. Penny will pull up for the three. It won't go. Vukana can't get his hand on it. And Kalnietis will put the rebound down with less than a shot clock to go. 20 seconds. Corner, back to Kalnietis, and he'll pull it out. There's just we're 14 seconds, 13, so we're going to get a last shot here now from Lithuania. Kalnietis will wait till 10 and start to go. He needs to go now. Going to use Klimovicius for the screen. Oh, my goodness! Right down the lane. Klimovicius with a two-handed dunk, and that is just too easy on a screen and roll. And that is exactly the weakness of the New Zealand team, as the heart of the defense was nowhere. And we'll take a break at the end of the quarter.
Yeni Zelanda 61, Lithuania 74. And now put your hands together for the FIBA One World Dancers from Russia. Büyük bir alkış alalım.
We're back in the arena. That Lithuanian fan really loved that with a bit of emotion. That putback, that put down from Klimovicius with a two-handed dunk, and he's still telling his buddies all about it. And we're back in the arena. Here's a look at the dancers from Russia. And so it is 74 to 63. And that is just a dagger, that dunk from Klimovicius, because the New Zealand team had got the game down to 10 points, and all of a sudden it's back to double digits. So you come out of the dressing room at halftime chasing 16, you get it down to 8, you have the lead, and you end the quarter down 13. Well, I'll tell you what, these tall blacks have got plenty of fight, so they'll come back. Here's a look at some of the numbers from the first quarter. Kalnietis' ball. He'll bring it over half court, absorb the pressure. They'll move it on to Kleza. Kleza to Klimovicius. Klimovicius just throws it right down the lane to Machulis. Machulis, he's calling for a foul, thinks he got fouled, missed the shot inside. And Bradshaw's in the game, goes down with the rebound. It's on to Fitchett. Fitchett will bounce pass to Cameron. Cameron to Jones. Jones can shoot that, but he's been tentative today. There's Penny. Penny will move it to Jones. Jones will get a look. He'll shoot that three with somebody on it. Back iron won't go. Bradshaw competing, but he can't get it. And there's Kleza with the rebound. Kalnietis to Kleza. Kleza will fake a handoff. Now he'll give it to Pocius. Pocius gives it back to Kleza. Kleza can't get the little 8-footer to go. Kirk Penny comes down with the rebound. Then moving on to Fitchett. Fitchett still slow and deliberate from New Zealand. Still plenty of time to get back in this. Cameron, that high post entry pass they love. Over to Jones. Jones can't get anything off the dribble. Good movement from the guards from New Zealand. There's Penny. He'll step through and give it to Cameron. Cameron doesn't want to shoot it. Bradshaw struck the three and around and out. It won't go. And the rebound is claimed by Kalnietis. Kalnietis will move it on. Get it right back. Kalnietis to Kleza. Kleza fades on the handoff. Kalnietis goes right down the lane. Can't get it to go. Jones gets the rebound. He'll bring it back the other way. Passes it through his legs. Get a screen here from Bradshaw. Fakes the shot to Cameron. Cameron about to skip it. Oh, what a great backdoor cut from Kirk Penny. Nice bounce pass from Piero Cameron. And there's a foul on Lithuania. That's Pocius, number 7. Martinez Pocius commits the foul. What a great little bounce pass from Piero Cameron. A great movement from Penny. Penny's getting a lot of his points today from the free throw line. If you're a New Zealand fan, you want to see him start to get him three-point line soon. Good look at Penny. Got married this summer and he just can't get the free throw to fall. It's around and out. It's one of those days for New Zealand. There's look at some New Zealand girls who've made the trip. And Penny will shoot the second. He'll get that to go. And so it's 74 to 62, 12 points. Lithuania will bring it up nice and slow, work the clock a bit. They're happy to play at this tempo. To Klimavicius. Klimavicius will work it back. And we've got a foul off the ball here. It's a hold on Kleza as he tries to slide through the screen. I think it's going to be on Bradshaw here. We'll see what happens. Yeah, he's trying to hold him with his hands. You can use your arm bar. You can put your forearm into somebody, but as soon as you put your hand, Bradshaw put his hand right in Kleza's chest. That's going to be a foul. That's his 4th. And off he comes, and Pledger comes in, and to be honest, you know, Pledger's done okay. That's not a bad substitution. I mean, Bradshaw's a starter, but he seems a bit frustrated as he has a word with his teammates. Cameron comes off. A couple of valuable minutes there for Piero Cameron as Vukina comes back in the game. Okay, so it's man-to-man defense here from New Zealand. Ball into Klimavicius. Klimavicius to Maciulis. Maciulis to Kleza, and easy as you like. It's the easy 2 on the cut. And that's too easy. 76-62, 14-point game. Fitchett bounce pass into Vukina. Vukina trying to get to Perry. Penny's got it now. After he was jammed on the screen by Maciulis. Penny looking around. He'll move it to Jones. Not a great pass. Jones can't shoot that. They use Vukina for a screen. Got a mismatch here. Moving on to Pledger. Pledger trying to high-low. And he does. That's nice execution from New Zealand. Pledger flashes high, tries to throw it down low. Here we look. So there's Jones. He'll throw it into Pledger. There's Vukina with the seal. And yeah, absolutely. Foul on Pocius. He'll stick his hand up. And he's happy with that foul. He'd rather the foul than give up the easy 2. He'll go to the bench as the Savage just comes in. Pocius gets a well-deserved break. There's Jones coming off the screen. There's Penny trying to go screen. Oh, nice movement. Slides under the defense. The defender was trying to jam him, and Penny just slides under his arm, gets a bounce pass, and lays it in. Good movement from Kirk Penny. Here's Kalnietis. Couple spin dribbles to Maciulis. Maciulis. He'll give it to Kasavicius. Kasavicius. Put it on the floor a few times. He'll go down the lane. Hand it off to Klimavicius. Klimavicius with a little spin move and hook. It won't go. Vukina with the rebound. There's Kirk Penny. Kirk Penny will give it up. He doesn't want it there. He'll give it to Michael Fitchett. Fitchett will come over. Slow and deliberate from the New Zealanders. Here's the pass into Vukina in the high post. Stepping away. He'll move it back to Fitchett. Good movement from Pledger. Vukina will spot up and shoot the 3, and he gets it to go. It's a 2. Referee says 2, foot in the line. There's a good basket from Vukina. He shakes his head. 76-66, 10. The tall blacks won't go away. Here's Lithuania the other way. Oh, nice pass from Kalnietis. Good idea, but it goes right through his legs. And Klimavicius says it's going through his legs. We've got a timeout right here in the Al Capinar Arena, and we'll take a little break.
Come on, everybody. Let's get your hands up in the air. Come on. Let's celebrate our 2 teams tonight. first, let's celebrate Team Lithuania!
We are a couple of shots away and good defense, okay? On first side, their fifth side, okay? And just comes off, tries to force them away from that screen, okay? Also on fourth side, we're gonna bump that guy cutting through, okay? So whether it's from 5 or from 1,
And here we are, right here in the huddle of the New Zealand team. That's Vucinic. As we look at some bench scoring, Lithuania 36, New Zealand 11. Lithuania goes so deep, so many talented players. But Vucinic now is talking about how to defend the Lithuanians. And the advice he said to his team, he's quite right, is look, we're a couple of shots away and a couple of good defensive stops from getting real close in this. As I look at some numbers, field goals, New Zealand 46%, and Lithuania 57%. Lithuania getting some easy twos inside. Look at that. There's some of the emotion. There's poor Seibutis. We haven't seen Seibutis since the first quarter. He committed 2 fouls. And there's somebody trying to stop the bleeding. Lip. And we're back in the arena right here. And so it's New Zealand ball. A little full court pressure here from Lithuania. It's just a token press. Kalnietis will extend the pressure on Jason Tate, who's checked back into the game. And Kalnietis is bodying up Jason Tate. Jason Tate will throw a bounce pass to Penny. Penny's got something going right here. Yep, absolutely. That's very smart from Kirk Penny. And Lithuania fouls on number 6, Mačiulis. Penny sees he's got, feels the body and leans in and gets the contact. There's Vucinic. That's what happens when you're a coach. You lose your hair. Here's Tate. Tate will look to get it in. Here's Penny. Penny will square up to the basket. He's got a bigger man on him. And he goes right down in. Tries to lay it up, but won't go. And he's got a blocking foul. And that's another foul on Mačiulis. And Penny's down on the ground. He seems like he might be injured. We'll have a look at that because that is huge if he's injured. Just give him a second, he says to his teammates. I'm all right, I'm all right. And so we're going to sort things out. Here's a look. Here's Penny driving baseline. And you know what? That's a good call by the official because Mačiulis is not a lot of contact here, but Mačiulis doesn't really give Penny a chance to land. And so it's really a good call from the official. Penny came down hard on his back. Just wants a couple minutes to compose himself. And quite rightly so, because he's got to go to the free throw line. There's a look at Mačiulis, who got 2 quick fouls there. Penny drew them both against him. Jonas Mačiulis, and he's got his 4th, and so he'll go to the bench, and he'll get some pine time as Penny tries to gather himself before he goes to the free throw line. Dries himself off, and we're going to line up here for 2. There's a look at some Kiwi fans as they're getting behind their team, and so it's 10, and now, once again, it could be 8. Ball's a little bit wet. Penny wants that to dry it off. So we've got another delay here. He wants to go back and dry his hands. And this is a good opening game to this group. It's kind of gone to script in patches. There's the New Zealand fans trying to will some good karma to Penny. It's gone to script in patches. Oh, he misses that. That's tough. It's gone to script in patches as Lithuania have scored inside, as we'd expect. They take advantage of the undersized lineup for New Zealand. There's Penny. And Penny's got his points. He's got his points in buckets, but he just hasn't gotten off from the 3-point line. Okay, anyway, we're back live. Here's Kalnietis. Kalnietis will move it on the sideline to Jasitis. Jasitis in the 4th quarter, all his experience. He'll go off a back screen. Kasavičius will put it on the floor, pull up for the little 10 or 12 footer. Won't go. And Jasitis chases down the rebound. And there's a foul from Phil Jones. It's not a bad foul now because you got to start to think to manage fouls. Thomas Abercrombie's going to check into the game here, probably for a bit of defensive length, I would have thought. Yep, off comes Jones. That's not a bad foul. You got to think about managing fouls, trying to get into the bonus, because at some stage New Zealand might have to foul to put Lithuania on the line. It's Kalnietis. He'll put a bounce pass on the floor. And that is Jankunas trying to spin in the lane. He'll kick it back out to Kleza, and 3 seconds are called. Good call by the official, as Jankunas wheels and deals in a low post, but kicks it out too late. Called for 3 seconds. And here's New Zealand. The difference is 9. It could be 7 or even 6 here. Abercrombie, he's played well today. There's Penny. Penny doesn't look to square for the 3. Patience from New Zealand. He'll come off a screen by Vukana. He'll give it to Vukana. Vukana will spot up and shoot that 3. It won't go. Back iron. There's a good hustle play from Abercrombie. Tips it to Penny. Penny's got Kleza, and he gives it up. Doesn't want to attack Kleza on the dribble, and Lithuania have readjusted. So now it's guard for guard, big for big. Here's Penny. He'll spot up and shoot it. Oh, won't go. And there's big Alex Pleasure with the rebound. Terrific work from the big 7-footer. Just exactly what you want from him. And he's getting some handshakes from his teammates. And there's a look at the Lithuanian player who has committed the foul. That's Jankunis, who's committed the foul. There's Polish Jankunis, his second. And Pleasure goes to the free throw line. We'll see how the big 7-footer strokes it. It's a good look at Alex. And it's off the back iron. But if he can get one here, this will be big. So step up to try to convert the second. Better touch. Now it's front iron. Thomas Abercrombie goes up and gets that rebound. You gotta love this kid. Now he's going out to put it back in. Back iron won't go. Pleasure gets a tip. It won't go. Kalnietis picks up the loose ball. Kalnietis will go by Tate. Shift the gears. Come back. Nice little stagger dribble. Here's Kasavicius. Kasavicius throws it inside to Kleza. Kleza's trying to go to work on the smaller Vukina. And he gets a foul, but that's before the shot, I think. Yeah, there's a foul on Mika Vukina. Yeah, absolutely right. The referee's got that right. It's before the shot. It's in the post. And so it's Lithuania ball. Third team foul for New Zealand, and that's not bad. Decidus cuts to the basket. It was open briefly, won't get it. Kleza. Now this is a mismatch right here. Kleza has got Alex Pleasure. He's going to put it on the floor. He's going to wheel and deal. And there you go. There's an NBA superstar who takes a kid who just came out of college and said, son, let me show you how to play basketball. 78-67, 11-point lead. New Zealand back into Tate, bounce pass into the post. Moving a little spin move on your side as he goes up, and he is absolutely swallowed up by Jankunis. And Vucinic is on the floor trying to get a foul call. And here we go. Here's Kleza. He goes and wheels and deals on Kirk Penny. And Linus Kleza says, boys, get the ball to me. Let's get out of here with a W. And he pushes the lead out to 13 points, 80-67. And Vucinic's got to be careful. He's on the floor talking to a referee as we go to a quick break and a timeout.
Free throw line, okay, in orange. And you just have to cut off the pass when he goes to the corner with the track. Okay?
Speed up?
Yeah. But offensively, Lindsay, JK, okay, go. Pick and roll thumb, all right? Mika, you set the screen, pop, and we just attack, okay?
And we are back in the Al Capinar Sports Hall. There's just under 5 minutes to play. It's 80-67. We had a brief look in the New Zealand huddle with Vucinic. And here's Kleza, who's just gone to work last two possessions, just goes by Alex Pleasure, and oh, so easy, just lays it in. Little shake, shimmy, see you later. I'm going up the Otis elevator, and I'm leaving you down on the 7th floor as I go to the 11th. And there he is working on Kirk Penny. He's had a good game today, Linus Kleza. Okay, so we've got a smaller lineup now from New Zealand. As Pleasure comes out of the game, the 7-footer comes out. And we've got a switch with a guard. This is the number 9 with the basketball for New Zealand, Jeremy Kench. And there's a turnover, and you just hate to see that. Kleza will give it to Pocius. Pocius will put it through his legs, pull it up. He'll move it to Kalnietis. Lithuania work the clock a little bit. And just a desperate turnover for New Zealand right there at a time when they needed a basket. Kalnietis will put it on the floor. He'll kick it out. Decidus will spot up and shoot a 3. Around it out, it won't go. There's Abercrombie. That kid is around the ball all the time. Terrific. And a loose ball picked up here by New Zealand. As Lindsay Tate goes to the basket, can't get it to go. Lithuania come up with a loose ball. 3-on-2. And Kleza overcooks the pass as he tries to give it to Decidus, and Kemzura is beside himself, shouting at him. Kleza with a wry smile says, coach, don't worry. So here we are with New Zealand ball. Here's Lindsay Tate. Tate will give it to Abercrombie. Abercrombie looking for JK. Kench will give it back to Abercrombie. He'll spot up and shoot a 3. Won't go for him. There's Penny. 17-footer falls in his hands, just strokes it. He's probably shot 10,000 of those in his life. And here's a little full court pressure now. There's a trap from New Zealand. Over the top to Kleza. Kleza gives it to Decidus. Decidus jump stop. He'll skip it across to Pocius. Pocius moves it back to Kalnietis. And what composure from Lithuanians as they handle the pressure very easily. 80-69 right here. There's Jankunis, top of the key. He'll put it on the floor against Abercrombie. Abercrombie tries to draw a charge, won't go. Back iron. Here's Lindsay Tate with the rebound. He'll push it up quickly. Changes speeds. He'll give it to JK. JK goes to the basket. Kench can't get it to go. And we've got a foul. And Pocius, he's got to be careful or he'll get a technical. He slams the ball on the floor. And there's a foul called against Martinez Pocius. He apologizes to the referee. Quite sporting. Well done. We've got a timeout coming right here. Here's a look at Kench going to basket. And there's a foul on Pocius on the push and the rebound. We're going to take a break.
All right, everybody, now make some noise. Come on. Let's clap your hands. Come on, clap your hands.
Ej, grįžti greičiau. Jie puola greitą, neduokit greitų atakų.
And we're back in the Hal Capino Sports Hall. There's Kemzera, who's quite animated in his huddle.
Yeah.
And he's really giving some instruction to his team. It's 80-69. There's 3:18 to play. Doesn't look at free throw percentages. New Zealand getting good numbers from the line, 19 for 24. That's where they're getting quite a few of their points. There's plenty of time in this game for New Zealand to get back in it. 11 points. That's 4 possessions, 3:18 left. I think what you're going to see here is New Zealand starting to look for some threes. Phil Jones has stepped on the floor.
Entering the game for Lithuania,
Thomas Abercrombie, Mika Vukana. It's a small lineup from New Zealand. We're going to get free throws here from Abercrombie. He'll shoot 2. Definitely needs to convert these. If he converts these, it's single digits.
Shooting 2 free
I think you can expect to see some pressure from New Zealand. It's great to try and press after free throws because guys can get to their spots very easily. It's so much easier to press after a made free throw or made basket rather than trying to press on a miss. Oh, Abercrombie missed that first one, and you can see what that means to Vucinic. And then at Vucinic, the coach for New Zealand, there's Thomas Abercrombie, the number 10. He really needs to get this one down so they can get in their press. And he's got it down, 10-point game, and there's the press from New Zealand. It's a man press. Over the top to Ioannidis, too easy. Phil Jones fell asleep there. Ioannidis gets it over. It's man-to-man defense from the Tall Blacks. Ioannidis guarded closely from Jones. There's Katsavicius, who puts it on the floor. And Kirk Penny commits a foul, and you don't like to see that because when you commit a foul here, it means a new shot clock. And Penny knows he looked up at the shot clock. He saw there was 16 seconds, and he kind of cringed up and said, I've made a mistake, but he's got to forget about it now because he needs to put the ball in the bucket on the other end. Here's Katsavicius. Ioannidis slides through on a screen. Nothing there. Kleiza comes up top. Linus Kleiza throws it back out to Katsavicius. 10-point game here. Katsavicius gets away with a little walk there. He goes down the lane, kicks it out. There's a 3-point attempt from Kalnietis. It's an air ball. And the call here by the American referee, it's a shooting foul. We'll sort it out here. It's on number 6. There's the shot from Kalnietis, which is an air ball. And there you go, and it's on Penny. Katsavicius comes down with the ball, and Penny commits the foul. Katsavicius is going to shoot 2. Here's Kirk Penny's 3rd foul. He's okay. 10-point game, 2:50 to go. There's a look at the Lithuania faithful. There's Kalnietis who threw up the air ball. There's a look at Mika Vukana, who's exchanging some instructions with his teammates. Kemzera still not able to relax. Coach of Lithuania. So here's Katsavicius, who will step to the charity stripe. And he'll get the first one down. 11. If he makes it 12, it's 4 possessions. There's a look at some of Martinez Katsavicius' numbers today. Concentrates, composes himself, takes a breath, puts it up. There you go, easy as you like. Okay, it's 12 points, 4 possessions. Here's New Zealand. Michael Fitchett will bring it up. He'll come off a screen here from Penny, using Penny as a screener. Penny moving with always backdoor. Vukana, what a great pass, great movement from Kirk Penny, and he lays it in for the EV2. And so, New Zealand will scramble on their defense. It's man-to-man defense. Jones, Garden, Delikaitis, Ioannidis to Katsavicius. Katsavicius taking his time behind the back dribble. What a great steal from Vukana. He's going to go on Kleiza, and Kleiza commits a foul, and it's an intentional foul. The referees have called an intentional foul here.
Lithuania foul on number 13, Paulius Jankunas.
On Jankunas. I beg your pardon, I thought it was Kleza. It's the number 13, Jankunas. It's his third foul. 2 shots for Mika Vukana. He'll step up and shoot it. 10 points, he'll try to get it down to 8. Gets the first. Step up to shoot the second. We'll see what kind of defense New Zealand will throw here now as they try to up the tempo. 2:23 left. Vukana misses the second. Who's got it? It's great hustle. There's a trap here. Delakaitis gives it up. So composed. Delakaitis gives to Jankunas and gets it back. He passes out of the trap. Oh, so easy. Gets it back. And Lithuania will set some tempo here. There's a steal. Great defense from New Zealand. Vukana will lay it in as the 2 guards flash to double team. Vukana comes out and steals it. And it's 82-75, 7-point game. There's Delakaitis, brings it across. He's guarded by Abercrombie. A little in and out there. Savages, he'll throw it inside. And that is the Achilles heel right there as Jankunas lays it in. Just a nicely executed set from Lithuania as they go inside. Timeout, take a quick break.
We gotta front everything on the post, okay? We don't need to foul here, okay? So we can look for occasional double when the situation comes. When they get it into these areas, that's where the traps are. One post, short right side, even on the wing, okay? We go for it, okay? We go for it. Offensively, we gotta get the movement, all right? So again, doesn't matter who it is, right? You got the ball, there, okay? Look for this, dribble in, look for the flare screen, and they just play, okay? Just play, right? We pick them up full court, right?
There's a good look now at the huddle in New Zealand. We're right in the huddle. We can hear the instructions from Vucinic. And what he said is we got a front and a low post. Here's a look at some of the replay. That's a great steal from Mika Vukana as he's going to go in and lay it in. What the coach from New Zealand said, Vucinic, to his charges is, look, we got a front and low post. We got to try and scramble and trap. He's identified some spots on the floor where they want to trap in the defense. And he wants good movement on offense. Half-court ball here from New Zealand. Ooh, Michael Fitchett, very lucky boy. He got away with a push there on Delakaitis. So Michael Fitchett will bring it over. He'll spot up and shoot the 3. Back iron won't go. Great rebound here from Thomas Abercrombie. There's Penny, he'll put it over, spin down the lane, kick it out to Michael Fitchett. He can't get it to go. Abercrombie, another rebound, out to Kenny. Kirk Penny, up fake. Here's Phil Jones. Phil Jones will put it on the lane. He'll go in, he'll kick it out. Great penetration and pitch. Penny throws it up, it won't go. And Vukana is fouled by Kleza. Oh, what a great demonstration of penetrate and pitch the basketball from New Zealand, and Kleza commits a foul on the rebound, and he's upset. He needs to be careful here. He's got to keep his composure. This game is a long way from over. That's Kleza's third. Here's a look. Penny shoots the 3, won't go. And there's Vukana going for the rebound. And poor Kleza gets called on the foul. So there we go. It's 11 points. It's 9-point game. Beg your pardon. 84-75. First free throw won't go for Vukana. Front ends it. There's a look at Kemzura. Box out, whatever you do, box out. Okay, so New Zealand really need this basket to go, this free throw to go. And Vukana gets it so they can find their spots on the press. Full court pressure here from New Zealand. Kalnietis trying to bring it out. Delakaitis gets it right back to Kalnietis. Kalnietis puts it on the floor. That's a good foul. There's a foul from Michael Fitchett. That's a good foul. Kalnietis will go to the line. 1:22 to play. 84-76, 8-point game. Don't go away. This game is a long way from over. Yeah, that's a smart foul from Michael Fitchett. As Kalnietis steps to the line. He'll shoot the first one. No problem. We've got one here. We're going to go live off the hand. There's Kemzura with a substitute coming to the bench. Kalnietis gets them both. And Machulis will come in, I think, to add some defensive intensity. There's a look at a Lithuanian fan who's brought his drum all the way from Lithuania. Okay, New Zealand ball. They move well in offense. There's Penny. He'll get it on the wing here. Jones is underneath looking for a screen. A little crossover dribble from Penny. He'll go through the lane and he draws the foul. Very, very clever play from Kirk Penny. A little crossover dribble. You see the route. Yankunis there saying to his teammates with a disgruntled look, I don't think I committed that foul, but it's his fourth. It's in the book. It's official. But Chulis comes out. This must be an offensive-defensive substitution. But Chulis comes off the floor for an offensive player. There's Penny. He makes the first free throw. Steps up for the second. 37 points. Unbelievable. That's his attempt three. It won't go. Plays against the rebound. In the corner, it's trapped. Good foul by Michael Fitchett. Kalnietis ends up on the floor. And Machulis is going to be ready to come back in here. There's Kemzera. Doesn't look at Thomas Abercrombie. That's his fifth foul. And he's fouled out of the game. And he deserves a very, very big round of applause. There's Machulis who's coming into the game. But Thomas Abercrombie has fouled out. Craig Bradshaw will come in for him. There's Abercrombie. He deserves a very, very big round of applause. He did a lot of little things today. Got loose balls, got putbacks, got rebounds, got tips. Just a very good outing from him. Okay, Kalnietis misses the first. 1 minute to play. 8 points. Needs to make this to make it a three-possession game. Gets it. 1 minute to go. We've got substitution coming in. This is Machulis. He'll come in for Kalnietis. Defensive substitution. Phil Jones will bring it down. 1 minute to play. He gets a mismatch. Crossover, elevates, shoots it. Front rim won't go. And Yusaitis gets a rebound. And that is huge. Quick foul from the New Zealand team. Yusaitis will go down the other end and he'll shoot his free throws. Is Vukana. We've got just under a minute. 57 seconds to play. 86-77. And Craig Bradshaw has fouled out of the game, just having come in to replace Thomas Abercrombie. And here comes Alex Pledger. Now, Alex Pledger's coming in here to get a rebound. So make sure he gets a rebound here on the defensive end for the free throw. Bradshaw steps off, having committed his fifth. And there's the Lithuania fans who are really, really enjoying this. Yusaitis back rims the first, gets it to go. Not the softest of touches from a usually sure-handed shooter. There's a look at Seamus Yusaitis. Shoot the second, around and out, it won't go. Pledger comes in to get the rebound, a big 7-footer, and he can't do that, but he gets a loose ball. What's the call here? What's the call? The referee's making the call. I think he's got a foul on Phil Jones. And this kills you because Pledger comes in to get the rebound. It's on his side, he doesn't get it. Yeah, that's a good call. That's a foul on Phil Jones. In a loose ball. And Yankunis is going to step to the line as a young Lithuanian fan who's enjoying himself here today, and why not? 10-point lead with 50 seconds to go. Yankunis is going to step to the line. There's Phil Jones, and Phil Jones is having a word with Pledger. What he's saying is you got to step to your man, you got to make space and box out and get that rebound. Every possession is important now for New Zealand. Kunis makes the first, he'll step up and shoot the second. 52 seconds to play. He'll get the second to go. And we've got another substitution. Kalnietis comes in for Yankunis. Vukana wants to get it in. He'll get it in to Michael Fitchett. Michael Fitchett put it on the floor. Needs to go to work here pretty quick. It's Jones or Penny. He'll try to get this for a three, no doubt. There's Penny. He'll catch it. Closely guarded by Yusaitis. Over to Fitchett. Fitchett will spot up and shoot the three. It's an air ball. Plays it, gets the rebound. Hangs on. Oh, he loses it. Vukana picks it up. He'll spot up and shoot the three. And he gets it to go. Nothing but net. 30 seconds. 89. Oh, the clock's running. That clock needs to stop. Last minute, fourth quarter. Needs to stop after a basket. And there is a foul by Phil Jones, number 8. 28 seconds. 10-point game. As Mika Vukana shoots the three. As you look at the American referee in tonight's crew. We've got another substitution here from Kemzera. As Kalnietis makes the free throw, and the official telling the New Zealand coach that he can't come in. New Zealand trying to substitute. Lindsay Tate's trying to come in the game, but didn't get to the scorers table soon enough. So it's an 11-point game, 90-79. Kalnietis shoots the second, nothing but net. And now it's a 12-point game. So Takey come in now. Takey come in for New Zealand because Lithuania have substituted, and the Lithuanian fans are starting to really celebrate. The drums are banging, the chants are going. 30 seconds to go here. You see there's a look at Tate as he comes out of the game. So that's Michael Fitchett. Lindsay Tate's in the game here. He's got the basketball, moves it on to Jones. Jones has it, guarded closely by Yasitis. Jones can't get the three. There's Penny, gets the puppies down, shoots a three, and that's off from the usual sharpshooter, Kirk Penny. I think he's over to the bench to pick up a towel. The referees are sorting out something here. Penny's complaining about the basketball. That GL7 basketball, it can be quite slippery. It's a high-quality leather ball, but it can be very slippery if it gets any bit of moisture on it. There's a foul there on Alex Pledger, who's committed his fourth. And we'll go down to the other end for a free throw from Machulis. Machulis will step up. There's a look at Mika Vukana. He's had a very, very good game today. Machulis shoots the free throw and steps away. Still gets it to go. Not exactly textbook. There's Linus Kleza having a word with Kemzura. 92-79. 13-point game. Second one no good. Pledger gets the rebound. He'll hand it off to Lindsay Tate. Lindsay Tate loses the handle on that ball. We're talking about that GL7 being slippery. Tate keeps his dribble, trying to find someone to pass to, and the game runs out of time. It's all over here at the Halka Pinar Sports Hall as the two coaches exchange handshakes. Here's a look at Kalnietis. It'll finish 92-79 to Lithuania as they begin the road to redemption. And a great start in the first group game here as the players are exchanging handshakes after a good contest. There's Machulis, a bloody lip earlier. There's a look at the back of Linus Kleza. We'll take a look at some of the numbers here. There's an all-black fan right there wearing the number 6, supporting Kirk Penny. And there's a look at Andrew Scavicius, who didn't get in the game at all today, but he's a big prospect to look forward to in the future. As the players will salute their supporters. Certainly quite a few Lithuanian fans here have made the journey all the way here to support their team. There's a look at some of them. There's Machulis is all smiles. And it's just a good opening contest for us in this Group D as we've got the 2010 FIBA World Championships underway. The next game to come is Canada versus the Lebanon. And here's a look at score-by-score quarter. So it's really nice and tight in the first quarter, nice and tight in the third and fourth quarter. It's really the second quarter where Lithuania established the lead. Here's a look at some of the numbers. And wow, that's three-point line, 16% for New Zealand, 4 for 25. Usually a good shooting team, but that's all credit to the defense of Lithuanians because they really guarded Penny very, very closely. But in saying that, they guard him closely. He still puts 37 points in. There's no keeping this guy down. But we did talk about this. Sometimes when you get a player who's very, very good, you let him get his points and you take away the others, and there you go. There's only one other player in double digits, Thomas Abercrombie with 11, and he's had a very, very good performance for the Tall Blacks. There you go. Sorry, there's the top scorers. That was by Cool by half. So Penny's got 37, Mika Vukana with 19, and then Abercrombie with 7 points. So two players in double digits for Lithuania. And here's a look at the shot chart for Lithuania. Here's a look at those green dots right in the heart of what should be the New Zealand defense. Lithuania really banging the ball inside, getting a lot of joy on putbacks. And here's New Zealand, or just a quick look at their shot chart. So you can see all those red X's around the three-point line. Couldn't really get it going. Just 4 makes from outside the arc. And that's difficult for them. They really need to score threes because they don't get as many possessions sometimes as their opposition. Here's a look at Kirk Penny. Kirk Penny drives to the lane. And this is going to be right there. That is Thomas Abercrombie coming in with a tip. Penny pulls up for a little 10 or 12 footer. Here's a look at Yasitis. Yasitis had a quiet game today. There's a great little high-low from New Zealand. And there's a good look at a spot up three as Penny delivers the assist pass. Here's Kleza. He loves that up fake, put it on the floor, step back, shoot it, and that is going up over a 7-footer. That is not easy. And here's Alex Pledger, the big 7-footer, got a mismatch inside, rolls a guard, and he'll enjoy looking at that video when they get to the team meeting tomorrow. But the New Zealand team won't enjoy looking at that. And here's Kleza. Well, Pledger won't want to see this. If coach looks at his offensive production on one end and his defense on the other. There's Kleza going right by Alex Pledger for the easy lane. And this is Kleza going to work on Kirk Penny. Just backs him down and bumps him. Gets the easy putback. There's Linus Kleza. He's going to feature in the NBA for the Toronto Raptors, having played for Denver Nuggets for a few seasons years ago. A nice backdoor cut from Penny. And this is Vukana with the steal. He'll go up and just put it in transition. There's a fan there in the back. The blonde didn't seem too interested. Here's another steal from Vukana. He's had a very good game. The best athlete for New Zealand. He'll spot up and shoot a three and get that to go. And so big sigh of relief if you are Lithuania. They're just exactly the start they want. You start the 2010 World Championships after having a torrid time in Eurobasket 2009.